Okay.
Wow, welcome to the Chuck Rock. I feel like that's not the first time you've coughed within the first 5 seconds.
Sorry.
Anyway, Chuck Rockcast, episode 6. We have another guest today, as is the usual, but this is not a usual guest because this is a man of the law.
Man of the law, yeah. Definitely unusual on our show. Most of the people who come on our show don't even have professions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wow. Thank you for the warm welcome. Would you like to tell him my name or should I tell him myself?
This is Scott Lidman.
Of Lidman Law.
President, shareholder of Lidman Law. I appreciate you guys inviting me on this wonderful show. To your loyal fan base, the Chuckheads, the Chuckies, whatever you may call them, I say hello. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
So what's the first topic for discussion?
Seems like something we should have discussed before the show.
That's what I'm thinking. That's a good thing to discuss right there, actually. You had a lot of good suggestions. By the way, when I say you, I'm referring to Scott Lidman.
Yes. Yes.
So Scott had a lot of good suggestions earlier when I was in the car with him saying, hey, maybe you should write stuff down that you could talk about before the show happens for when the show does start. And I was like, that's a very good idea. And then he continued to say a lot of other things that were very good ideas. So
we said maybe you should write some questions down or maybe some topics. We're going to talk about, I don't know, a sports topic or politics or whatever. I can talk about anything. You tell me.
Did you write any of those down, Ben?
Well, I did not write any of them down because I thought it would be a good thing to talk about on the show.
Yeah, he did appreciate it. The first thing we talked about is, I said, what is your loyal fan base named? I said, Taylor Swift has the Swifties. Beyonce has the Beehive. And you said, they don't have one. I go, what about the Chuckheads? Or the Chuckies? I think they deserve a name.
They definitely do.
So you can think on it, or maybe decide now.
Chuck
maybe
guys.
next episode.
Chuckies.
I like the Chuck guys.
Chuck guys is not bad.
Chuck guys. We can decide on it. We could actually post like a poll on YouTube.
We could do that.
Excellent
what do you guys want to be called?
Yeah, what do you want to be called?
Write that down.
Hey viewers, sound off in the comments on what you would like to be called.
That's another thing.
There's no bad ideas.
Sound off. I've never even heard of that terminology before.
I don't know. It's sort of...
That's a thing.
It's
sound off.
Sound off. Literally, they said that like a million times last episode. And I was like, I've never heard anybody say this in my life.
Yeah, it's like speak. Sound off. Give me your opinion.
Yeah.
Why is it so prevalent in your speech?
It's prevalent in society.
No, it's not.
In
I
culture.
clearly have never heard it before.
Well, I am more than
you
twice
said
your age, so I would might know a little more.
But do you say it or you hear it on a daily basis?
I'm a little old to
so
the
you're an old head?
or the Chuckheads, what you're eventually called. I'm 52. I'm talking to some very, very young men.
Yeah.
So I'm a little out of touch with the youngins.
He's very in touch with it. Saying sound off.
Saying sound off. That's what makes me
I've heard of sound off. It's a thing.
I've never even heard of it.
Well, you can't say that
It's a
now.
thing that some people say.
He said it the last few podcasts, so you have heard of it.
Oh, okay. But always with the semantics, you. What were we talking about the other day?
That's what lawyers do. It's all about semantics in the law.
I was talking about how Low Tier God was famous, internet famous, the other day. And you were literally sounding off about how he's not famous because you hadn't heard of him.
That's right. I took great issue, and then we had to refine it, which is he's internet famous.
What do you think about Low Tier God? Is he internet famous?
How famous do I think he is?
Yeah, how famous do you think Low Tier God is?
Honestly, I've never seen any of him other than that one clip.
That's why he's famous, though.
And then
I don't know if that would make him famous. I didn't know his name until
And you haven't heard of him since?
No, he really only has that one brief moment.
It's not even very relevant.
It's got to be young people and a gaming community.
Yes.
Life's not about being right. It's about accepting other people's opinions, evaluating them, and then making your own decision. The Chuckies agree with me.
Chuckies. They're not Chuckies. They're Chuck
I
guys.
don't think they're
I'm
Chuckies.
telling-
They're Chuck guys.
The Chuck guys.
Okay, what's the next topic of discussion? Unless we would like to keep on this topic of discussion.
Well, I don't know if we should just go down the list of discussion topics. I think it sort of flows, you know?
Sort of flows.
It sort of flows.
Okay, what's your suggestion then?
Well, Well, you mentioned sports earlier.
You're wearing a Niners shirt.
Yeah.
Did you see the game today?
Well, I didn't really see it because I had other plans at the time, but I saw of it. And
it did not go well for the Niners.
Yeah, the season is pretty much over in my eyes.
You're 4-2. You're probably okay.
Yeah,
but your quarterback is a backup, Mac Jones. I don't know.
Fred Warner's ankle is not okay.
No, it was turned the wrong way.
Yeah.
It was gruesome, as some might say.
So I have not much faith left in the defense because Bosa and Warner are both hurt.
They are your two best defensive players. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a Raider fan, so our season always is terrible. Everyone.
I apologize for your loss.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hurts my heart. I'm not actually crying. It's just football. We're good.
I do see some waterworks then.
It's just hot in here. It's sweaty. I'm sweating.
I'm not hot at all. I think it's because you got it's 2 layers on.
You're wearing a suit. It's very formal.
It's not a suit.
Yeah, Benny is wearing a very formal attire.
I'm going back to the suggestions idea.
Yeah.
For your guests, you may want to offer them a bottle of water or a snack, maybe.
Water.
We haven't done it in the past.
Well, I'm saying going forward in the future. Okay. It might be nice to bring a bottle of water. Jeremy.
Okay, I'm going to write that down.
We're not going to get to options of soda or this. Let's just start with a bottle of water.
Bottle of water, yeah.
We did actually,
one for me too.
Or for one of age.
You did actually offer our guest Mr. Pibb last episode.
Oh yeah.
Well,
it's because it was in the immediate vicinity.
He was getting himself a Mr. Pibb, which is what prompted him to offer.
Mr. Pibb? You mean the redheaded stepchild of Dr. Pepper?
It was for the purpose of a skit that we were recording.
Oh, right. No one actually had Mr. Pibb in their fridge. It was purchased specifically for a joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Because who goes to the store?
I'm not against it.
I'll get some Mr. Pibb up in this bitch.
I like Mr. Pibb.
Oh, can I say that?
Yeah.
Bitch.
I don't know. We're not allowed to edit anything.
We don't really edit.
Whose rule is that?
That's the rule of
it's the Rockcast.
It's raw.
It's sort of a double entendre because it's the Rockcast, but it's also Rawcast.
You guys made that rule. Nothing gets edited out.
Well, it's mainly Benny who made the rule because he's the editor of the group and he didn't want to edit anything. So.
I think editor is a loose term for what I do.
Exactly.
Well, podcast may be a loose term of what this is. No offense, guys. I'm your.
I think it's not a very loose term for what we're making. I mean, podcast, the definition of it itself is very loose. Pretty much just any media you decide to put out there.
Why is it called a podcast? I get the cast, but what is a pod?
That is a legitimate question. So, do you guys know who did the first podcast?
No.
Joe Rogan.
No, before Joe Rogan. Adam Carolla. Do you guys know Adam Carolla?
Inventor of the Corolla, Toyota?
I've heard the name. I don't know what he's famous
for. He was a big radio guy. Think of Howard Stern. He was a different version of Howard Stern on the radio every morning. And I don't remember if his contract was up or whatever. He was out. And he said, you know what? I'm just going to go to my garage and do exactly what you guys are doing right now. And he just started talking into a podcast. It was, I guarantee if you look it up, it has to be one of the first. And then...
And he called it a podcast?
I don't know that. I don't know. But then it happened. Everybody started making them because people started listening. And once people start listening, that's how you get advertisers.
Yeah.
And once you get advertisers, that's how you get paid.
Yeah.
And ultimately, unless you're getting paid, it's a hobby. Otherwise, if you get paid, it's a business. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, my ex-wife, no offense, there's no problem with her.
Yeah.
She is a lawyer, just like me, but she wanted to start a food and wine blog, right?
Yeah.
And she did it with her sister, spent all this time, all her spare time, creating this food and wine blog, talking about wine and food, and she's Cuban, so it was very Cuban oriented. And this is what she wanted to have a side business. They incorporated it, right? And I always said, it's not a business till you make money. It's just a hobby. She obviously did not like that. Hence the X.
Yeah.
And it never made money and it closed down. So don't tell me it's a business unless it's a hobby. But if you say it's a hobby and you understand that we just like to do this as a hobby, then it's fine.
But does it need to be a net profit or just a profit?
You need to have income. even if your expenses are more than your income.
Yeah.
So you're losing money.
Yeah.
If money's coming in, it's a business.
Yeah.
If no money comes in, $0, it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you disagree with this?
No, I don't disagree.
Now maybe you guys, you'd love it to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
Get all sort of...
I'm expecting it.
I definitely would, yeah. Counting on it.
And then you go to advertisers and say, we have this many downloads. And then they pay you. And they do some advertisement. With break right now. We're going to hear a little from Budweiser. Talk about a beer.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely sell that. I could do that.
I would. I like money.
100%.
I like money.
Yeah.
Right. Money is how the world works.
Mm-hmm.
I like having money a lot more than having integrity on this podcast.
I do like integrity, though.
You could have integrity and money.
Yeah. But, I mean, if there's a line that I need to cross to, like...
You sell your soul for money?
Well, I mean, for not exactly my soul. I don't want to sell my soul. That just won't get me anywhere. But if I need to, like, sell out my image, in order to get some more money from this podcast,
so
I would
let
do it.
someone else define your public perception for as, like, just name
For
a price.
example, let me give you guys an example. Let's say you made this eventually into a video podcast, right?
We're thinking about that.
Okay. And then let's say you got 2 girls to do oil wrestling. Now, you
Wouldn't be
get
opposed to
a lot of downloads.
I would be opposed to that.
Would that compromise our integrity?
Right. So here's the question, because you get a lot of downloads
Yeah.
and you get advertisers. I'm not quite sure. Probably Gentleman's Club type advertisers. But nonetheless, are you selling yourself out? Because now people love your podcast. You just sit there, announce the wrestling match.
But it's not about us anymore. It's not our podcast.
Yeah,
It's still your podcast.
It's not our podcast.
I think I'd be more...
Nobody comes
into
for
it
us.
if it was like myself oil wrestling, like a sumo wrestler.
That is also an idea.
The viewership is going down as we speak with this new plan.
I don't know.
I would do oil wrestling. It
I
sounds
just came
fun.
up with a very extreme example of not that you're going to do that,
Yeah.
but you could do that and you get a bunch. But you're right. Then it's no longer about you guys. They're coming here to see the oiled up ladies,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Can't have that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you do have to find a direction and decide: is this going to be a business or a hobby?
Well, probably a hobby.
Until
it blows up and
we make a ton of money.
Yeah.
I've actually got my we got our hands in many different forms of media right now. We're also making short films, eventually a long film. With
where do we
stop
find
sign
these?
skit.
So on the way here to where the venue we're at, you told me where to find on Spotify.
Yeah.
Your podcast again. Can you tell your loyal fan base where to find it?
Chuck Rockcast. Search up on Spotify and YouTube. Chuck Rockcast.
That's Chuck space.
Is it Chuck space Rockcast?
That's funny. It is.
I gotta search.
Yeah,
that.
Benny is the one who
This
made
is
the
your
Spotify
podcast.
account, and he does not know what the Spotify account is called.
No, I have it right here. It's the Chuck space Rockcast. I have it right here. We need to know the viewers where to find it. We should always be telling them.
Yeah.
It's right here.
I don't know why I did that.
Is that not what it was supposed to be? I feel like that was the intended title.
I have another, maybe the loyal fan base who's going to vote on their new name.
I guess Chuck Rockcast works.
Who's Chuck?
It's like Chuck Rocks, like Kick Rocks, but it's Chuck Rocks.
That's
Chuck
Yacht
But
Rock?
then it's also...
Because it's got many different meanings.
It's sort of a quadruple entendre sort of situation.
Because you Chuck Rocks. Chuck could either be a name or Chuck could be the verb to chuck.
I thought when Jeremy showed up and I said, "Nice to meet you, Jeremy," I thought his name was Chuck. But I think it's a fair assumption on my part.
I'm Chuck and he's Rocks.
Yeah.
Well, I know his name, but I thought maybe somebody's name was Chuck. But now I get it. You Chuck Rocks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, no, that's not it. Chuck Rock, it has many different interpretations. Precisely for.
Anyone understands.
Chuck could be a name, or Chuck could be the verb to throw.
Correct.
Rocks could be the last name Rocks. It could be the noun rocks, plural, rock, plural. Or it could be rocks as in, it's
There's
really
rocks.
cool. There's rocks.
Chuck is a guy who rocks.
So I guess it's more like 6 different meanings.
It's really... And it's all inspired by the character of a mini-series that we're going to eventually make. The guy is named Josh Furniture, but he gets into fights. And when he gets into fights, he turns into his alter ego, Chuck Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He beats him up, and then when they say, "Man, why are you so mean? What's your name?" And he's like,
"Who are
Chuck
you?"
Rocks.
I mean, I see the potential of this.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
Uh-huh.
I like this.
Thank you.
And then you get an advertiser like maybe Casa Lupe Real.
Yeah.
Great place to get Mexican food up here in the Bay Area.
I would say yeah.
Everyone should go.
Uh-huh.
See?
Mm-hmm.
And then get a little advertising money like that.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Miguel.
We're not getting paid yet.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, near future.
If anybody goes to Casa Lupe Real because they heard this podcast, tell the owner, Miguel, or his son, Michael, and there will be kickbacks happening.
Tell them to pay up. Pay us. We want some of that.
You know what I realized? He's supposed to sit in between us.
Yeah, I did realize
Should we swap?
Might be a little late
I think we
now.
should swap. Do you want to swap seats?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, we're swapping.
The world is your oyster. I am a mere guest in your fancy podcast.
Oh, wow. It's like whenever you settle in, you announce yourself with a cough.
Definitely.
So they can echolocate.
What's strange is because we hang out without you, I don't hear you ever cough.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like
See,
a bit.
the water.
He
We need the water.
He's coughed probably at least once every episode.
Yeah, I'd say so. I've been clearing my throat all day, actually. I think I got some like a lingering type thing. I don't even know if it's real anymore. It might just be like psychological or like a tick. You know?
It could be like COVID.
I had that for a long time when I would like get nervous, I would start coughing a lot.
That's not good.
Well, it wasn't like
How'd you get rid of it?
hacking up a lung. I stopped being nervous because I stopped like having tests and stuff.
Think of a time, what is the most nervous you've ever been?
Oh, I was about to take my driver's test, and I had already failed my first one. And I was going in, and I was like so scared that I literally felt like I had to vomit. There's been many times in my life where I've been so nervous about something that I felt like my stomach was in knots.
But you can't, is there one you can remember, like the most nervous you've ever been? Well, the burp is nice too. We'll go with the cough.
You might have seen the burp in the last episode as well.
Yeah. Probably, the driver's test.
The driver's test?
Very nervous.
How about you, Jeremy?
Maybe when I took the SAT for the first time.
I'd have to say like 2022 or 3, whenever the 49ers were in the Super Bowl, and it was like into overtime, and the Chiefs were going down the field, and they eventually scored a touchdown. That whole drive, I was a little bit nervous about that, because if they scored, then if they got a field goal, then we would get the ball back. But if they scored a touchdown, then the game would be over, and we would have lost the Super Bowl. But if we got the stop, then we would. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I think it's an outrageous claim that the most nervous you've ever been was a little bit nervous.
Wow.
When did I say a little bit nervous?
You just said a little bit nervous.
It was an understatement. It was like the reverse of hyperbole.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reverse of hyperbole.
Were you queasy?
I wouldn't say I was queasy. I've never really been queasy in my life.
I've been queasy many times.
I'm not much of a nauseous guy. It's sort of like either I'm throwing up or I'm not.
We were in marching band together. What about the first time you went on that field perform?
Honestly, I've never really been that nervous about performances and like music.
Well, that was like my first performance in like 5 years after like elementary school trumpet. So definitely was on my nerves a little bit. Mm-hmm. What's most nervous you ever been?
Ooh. It wasn't the bar exam because I knew I was going to pass. It's probably very close between the first time I had to stand in front of a judge in court by myself and the first time I was about to have sexual relations with a woman. That's probably, actually, forget the court. That was the most nervous I've ever been. Because you're young. What do you know? You don't know. Is it right? What do I have to do? Is it good? Does she even... that's definitely... I go with that. That's the most nervous I've ever been.
Take notes, Benny.
Well, when that happens to me, my answer will probably change.
It changes throughout life, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't get queasy.
Yeah. Anything else to discuss, fellas? Let's think. We were thinking about doing a live show, like with video and all, but when we upload to Spotify and YouTube, it's just going to be audio.
It's sort of like we would be doing the podcast regularly, but there would be like a camera over there recording us.
Yeah. Right.
And live streaming us.
And have you ever seen the film Radio Rebel?
No, I have not.
Oh, Have you ever seen the film Radio Rebel?
I've seen clips, but I have never seen the full film.
Well, basically, instead of actually having like a radio station, she just plays her playlists to like a online web show. We do something similar, right? Where we just do it at the same time every single week.
I would say keep an open mind, because once whatever your loyal fan base is going to be called, I will stop naming them. They name themselves. Listen to their feedback. Mm-hmm. They want video. They want you to talk more about this than that. They will tell you. When they speak, listen to them.
So we should just keep doing the same thing?
I would always say, be yourselves. We were talking earlier about you don't want to give up who you are for the podcast. Yeah. If you just be yourselves as opposed to...
I kind of do.
That's it. If people don't like it, don't want to listen...
They won't listen.
They won't listen.
We'll keep going.
But otherwise, you're doing something that you think people want to hear, but it's not genuine. Nobody wants to hear that. I assure you and guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Unless there's a bunch of barely clothed women wrestling
with oil.
oil.
Don't forget the oil. It's very important.
The oil is the
It glistens on video. Yeah. It glistens. Mm-hmm. Not that I would know. I've heard.
Yeah. We do the same thing every single week. You know. We just oil ourselves up, do a little wrestling, 3-person wrestle match.
Sorry, Monica.
We should just
don't be mad at me, Monica.
We should just like oil ourselves up and then just do a regular podcast.
Yeah, no give a shout out
or anything.
To my lovely partner, Monica, who happens also
to do that every 10 episodes.
10th episode, the oil slippery surprise.
No, you gotta just once you do the video, you just gotta like. It's one of those things like a Clockwork Orange, the movie, where it just. Okay, but it just flashes on screen real quick. People don't even know if they saw it. They think they saw a screenshot of oiled up wrestling ladies, but then they're like, "Was it there?" It's just for like a half second, and then the next episode maybe a full second. So it's just kind of they don't even know. It's like suggestive selling. They just like this podcast. They don't know why. Mm-hmm. That's a good
definitely an idea, but we can't do that because we don't edit it.
Or have that's not the reason you can't do it. You don't have the oiled up ladies to wrestle or a pit. That's more of the problem.
I'm sure I could just find that footage online and then just splice it into footage. You know?
That might be a copyright. As a lawyer, and you're a lawyer, you might have a copyright problem on that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I am for the guests. I am Benny's lawyer also. Yeah. So, we're not going to let him do that without passing it through the proper channels at Lidman Law. Yeah. By the way, we do employment law. Class action work. Anyone not getting their meal breaks or rest breaks or proper overtime, you go to www.lidmanlaw.com. Leave a message. We'll call you back.
Mm-hmm. If I were to be like brutally murdered,
that got dark.
And my dear brother comes to Benny and says, "Hey Benny, can you get Scott Lidman to represent my family in court for free because my dear brother was just murdered brutally?" What would you say to Benny about that?
Well, that kind of case, so assuming if you got murdered, you would do a wrongful death suit.
You don't do criminal law, do you?
No, there's two parts. So, like, think about OJ, right? He got criminally charged, but then the family sued him civilly for wrongful death. So if he got brutally murdered, the cops and the DA take care of the criminal charges. But let's say his family wanted to sue his murderer for wrongful death, and they wanted me to take the case. So there's sometimes you hire a lawyer. Let's say you have a real estate deal, you pay that lawyer by the hour. In that kind of case, I do it on contingency. Okay, if we don't win, I don't make any money, but I take 40% of the eventual recovery that I get for you. So it's kind of free. We're all in the same boat. I would do that absolutely. Maybe give you, for you, friends and family discount 38%.
Thank you. It warms my heart to know that if I'm brutally murdered, my family will receive compensation.
But you need to hope and pray that whoever brutally murders you has money, because we don't want to sue some broke ass. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to recover. Yeah. 2,000 yards. It's called judgment proof.
2,000 yards and 14 games.
Let's say, for example, just spitball here. Benny, you were the one that brutally murdered Jeremy over here. Okay, so his family's going to
sue. For a stake in the podcast.
His family's going to sue you. What, they can get a $10 million judgment you can pay?
You get the podcast.
Yeah, because the idea is that he murdered me because the podcast is doing well and I have a 50% share.
Can they sue me for rights to the podcast?
Ooh.
To the name, Chuck Rocks.
Well,
oh yeah,
You're not gonna have the rights.
Like
to
how
Chuck
the family of OJ's victim made him write a book about it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: you guys are too early. If this thing even gets anything, you have to have a business contract. Mm-hmm. You have to incorporate it, and someone's gonna have shares, 50-50. And what you will have in any kind of contract like that is what happens if somebody dies, one of the partners dies. You could also have a clause, which would be pretty rare, but you could put in there if one of the shareholders murders the other one, what happens to the shares of the surviving murderer? It should escheat, that's a pretty fancy legal word, to his family.
Mm. Just so you know, if you murder me, I would like you to keep your shares, but not take mine.
Oh. Where do yours go?
Probably like my brother.
Well, if you have a will, it would go to whoever you said it in the will. Mm-hmm. If you have no will...
Doesn't it cost money to make a will?
Not when you know a lawyer.
Oh,
I should make a will. I have no belongings, though.
It's a little early for a will. Yeah. But you don't want a will, you want a trust. Trust is better than a will.
Why?
Because you avoid probate.
What's probate?
Probate goes through the court.
Oh, you avoid the court.
A trust, which I have, is... So I have when you have a trust, it acts like a will. It says everything that I have, where's it going, right? And I have a trustee. The trustee, who my friend Paul Haynes Law Group, also a good lawyer. He has to, not that he gets anything under my trust, but he is responsible for taking sure that everything I say in that trust happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, if it takes him time to do that, he's allowed to get paid out of the trust estate for his time, a reasonable amount. But a trustee does not have to be a lawyer.
Yes.
What, do you want to be my trustee?
No, I'm not able to execute any of your commands.
No, and now if you murdered him, back to that, before you're 18, now you can sue his parents for wrongful death. Also probably judgment proof, no offense. What is going on? We do need video. What is happening here? You're like Walter Cronkite. By the way, for the loyal fans, Benny is wearing a suit and tie right now. Just so you know.
Suit.
It's kind of a suit. It's like a dress shirt,
slacks, a dress shirt, and a tie, and
like
fancy dress shoes.
Fancy dress shoes with long black.
The only thing that doesn't make it a suit is you don't have the jacket on.
Yeah, that's why it's not a suit.
Ooh. Insult the guest.
No, it's not an insult.
Hey, you should talk to my brother. He has many complaints about our...
You're just supposed to seek inside yourself and find your own answer. Isn't that what we said earlier? Something along those lines. I couldn't quite get it down.
It was close, something like that.
So close to
why
right.
does everybody always make a will if it's much easier, if it's like the trust that gets...
Because the trust does... Unlike a will, like you could go online and like fill out a will on LegalZoom. Like it has all the same language. But if you have anything, if you have real estate, I have a law firm. Like these are complicated things to deal with. And when you get a trust, you need a trust lawyer to draft a trust. It's not a form thing like a will. A will is, here's everything I have. Or you don't even have to list what you have. And you say, all of it goes to so-and-so. Or 50% goes to so-and-so and so-and-so. And a trust, it's like, I have my law firm. What happens to my law firm if I die? Now, for someone who owns a law firm and is a lawyer, that has to go to another lawyer to close down and wind down. I can't just give Benny my law firm. Yeah, right? You're not a lawyer. Uh-huh. And in a trust, you can say specifically how every item you own of any value, you can tell where it goes.
Everybody always looks in here whenever they're walking by.
It's a fancy room.
Why don't you tell your loyal fan base where we are right now? They're supposed to say that.
Why?
I think they want to know.
So they know where we film our stuff, so they can...
In generalities, we're in the cabin.
That is how you get stalkers.
Yeah.
We're in the cabin. I didn't say specifically. I didn't say send out location sharing.
Is your trust lawyer also the trustee, or is the trustee appointed by the trust, which is written by the trust lawyer?
There are circumstances where your trust lawyer who drafted your trust could be your trustee.
Can the trustee has to be a lawyer?
No.
Trustee can be anyone.
I am a trustee. Well, I'm a lawyer, so that's not a good argument. But no, I know many people who are trustees and they are not lawyers at all. And in fact, let's say you're a trustee and somebody dies, and this is very complicated trust. You're not required to do anything except go hire a lawyer to implement the trust, and you pay the lawyer out of the trust proceeds, and you just have to make sure you're the client of the trust lawyer you hired to implement the trust. You don't need to know anything. You say, here's the trust, I'm the trustee, we're going to pay you, lawyer, to implement this trust, and you just get to make all the decisions as the trustee. But you don't need to know anything.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So, hold on.
So, about my uncle, he's an accountant, and he has a trust, and I'm the trustee, right? And I'm a lawyer. But whenever he passes, I need to go hire a trust lawyer. I don't know what to do with. I'm an employment lawyer. I don't know what to do with all his property, his money, his bank accounts. But a lawyer does, and you pay them out of the trust.
Does a trust need to be written by a lawyer?
It doesn't need to be.
Legally.
It does not need to be.
So anybody can write
But
a trust.
if you write the trust wrong, it's totally unenforceable and garbage.
Oh, it's just voided?
It's just garbage. If you wrote a trust...
But what if I wrote it wrong, like one part of it wrong? Is it entirely thrown out, or is just like...
Not necessarily.
The rest of it is still valid?
Who's hiring you to write a trust?
Nobody's going to hire me before I just write my own trust.
I mean, I suppose...
Read up a little bit.
What? No.
What if I ask ChatGPT to do it?
How about I could just give you my trust and you just copy it and fill in the different parts that are specific to you?
There's like a sentence structure? Or like
Yes, there are certain legal things you need in there. But you could copy my trust, except the section about the property and what you're going to do with it would be much smaller.
But there's not like a WikiHow page on how to write a trust?
I don't know, there probably is, but I would not do that.
Maybe there's just like a template online. Someone
Someone
submits their trust.
It's not very much.
Just copy it
to hire a lawyer. You pay like $400 an hour. It's going to take them. It's going to take them like 5-10 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like less than 5G.
Oh, only 5G.
I don't think I've ever had 5G.
No, but you assume one day in life that 4G will not be something that you go, oh my god. Like you hope to both have plenty of 5Gs to do whatever with.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Especially if the podcast pans out.
This is going to be the cash cow if it pans out, which it will.
Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the podcast that really gets you off the ground.
What about copyright law? You know a lot about like all that kind of stuff?
No, copyright law is the one class in law school that I failed.
Oh.
So we're not going to go.
So you don't know how we would like perhaps like keep the name Chuck Rocks like all to ourselves?
No, a name you don't copyright. A name you trademark. You trademark a name.
What's copyright?
Copyright is the content, like a book or a movie.
Oh.
You copyright a movie.
So we copyright the podcast and we
trademark the name.
Trademark the name.
I think I wouldn't worry too much about someone stealing the name of your podcast.
I mean, there's already a Facebook group.
When we upload to YouTube and Spotify, they put licenses on it. Like the
licenses, right? Because once you upload it to Spotify, they now have a license inherently to do whatever they want with it.
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I can't copyright that material anymore?
It's not the phrase makes no sense. You're not copyrighting your own material.
Why not?
I don't
want other people to be able to distribute that. I want Spotify to...
Distribute or copyright is... You don't get to copy and steal my content. Distribute it is different.
Why? If somebody takes my content and distributes it.
But
I don't want them.
How about this? Spotify says unless you give us a license to do this, you don't get to be on Spotify.
Yeah.
Great.
So that gives them the right to do whatever they want with my content.
I can't go that far. I don't know if it gives them the right to do whatever they want. Is a very broad, general sentence.
Mm-hmm. But what about like the name Chuck Rocks? We could trademark it. How much does it cost to trademark it?
I don't know. You have to hire a trademark lawyer.
I think you've looked this up before and you've found out that it's very expensive. Most of the time when you look something up, it's very expensive. Like the radio tower hours are like $4,000 per hour. And I remember you looked that up in one of the episodes.
What? We're trying to wrap this up?
Haven't eaten dinner.
What time? How much time we got?
We're at 34 minutes
34
and
minutes?
31 seconds. Should we just close at 35?
Yeah, we can end at 35.
Only if you guys promise that I can again be a guest in the future on this.
The thing.
Huh?
What if we never even make
What if I
episode?
die?
I'm not making
What
promises.
if I die and he steals
Not
my
writing
shares
checks
because
and
he
cash.
murdered me?
Hypothetically, if this podcast continues, may I be a guest on it in the future?
You may.
So you can't promise me.
When
This might be
we're
your-
looking to get all our affairs in order, because our podcast has made it big, we'll call you back on and we'll have you help us do
Fair
that.
enough. Fair enough. I appreciate you guys. Thank
we'll
you.
have questions written down in advance.
Or even topics.
Yeah.
Like a topic lineup. We're going to talk about the Middle East War.
No.
It's an example.
Politics. Sports, that was already pushing it earlier.
Oh, yeah. You got real quiet on that one.
I don't
Sports-
follow any of that
Sports
stuff.
is only applicable for one of these co-hosts.
And it's like barely even topical if you watch the episode like 5 days later.
They won't know what's going
The
on.
loyal fan base will wait for your... When is this episode coming out?
I don't know, maybe 4 months from now.
Is that really true?
It's either coming out tonight or 4 months from now.
I think you need to put it out right away.
Our last episode was episode 5, which we recorded yesterday and came out yesterday. Another episode that came out yesterday was episode 4, which we recorded on June 12th.
That is strange numbering system you guys have. It's like Dewey Decimal or something. Then episode 5 comes out before episode 4.
No.
No. Episode 4 came out yesterday, and then episode 5 came out like 10 minutes later.
Right.
Did I release them in order?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, good.
I don't know. Actually, as we look back on that, when I went to the Spotify, it did look a little 5, 4, 3, 2. No, you guys are good.
Okay.
Now we're going to have 6? Well, who should episode 7 be?
Well, I mean, we have some people lined up. We have some virtual call-ins.
I don't want to
Lined
my
up.
mom next.
Yeah, maybe
She's
not
a little
next.
later down.
We might not want to.
She's going to listen to this, so you might want to clean that up.
We might not
You
want
want
to.
to edit that out.
No,
We might not want to do like 2 actual adults in a row.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
need to
We might
shuffle
want
it.
to put some people of our age in the middle, and then go back to the adult content.
Yeah.
You want to.
We should get a D on here.
You want to get the
We've had
widest
one,
audience you have.
Oh, I forgot we had a D on here.
Like, you wouldn't want to create a clothing company that was totally directed at old people because it's a dying
That
customer
is
base.
targeted. That is targeted right there.
I didn't say the name of the company, did I? It's trademarked.
It's not. I wish it was. But apparently it's really expensive.
Wait, have you made a clothing brand?
Oh.
Let's wrap it up.
Hey, jeez.
I've given you 37
Well,
songs.
usually we finish with like our guest's final statement of sorts.
Oh.
Final statement.
And also like we have to take the thumbnail and we have to decide the name of the episode. But that can
Yeah, we're gonna
happen
take a
after
picture
the
on the
episode.
computer is what we normally do. We can use. I'm fine with just using the one he took though.
I feel like we should keep it in line with the other thumbnails.
I agree with him.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
final
I mean, what
thoughts?
if we upgrade our stuff one day and we don't even end up using this camera on this computer?
Well, then we'll change it.
So one thing you may want to do is discuss your business things outside of the podcast.
This is interesting. People like hearing this.
Yeah.
We've
Do
done
they?
it in the past.
The people will
Okay.
speak.
You want us to compromise what we make just for the viewers?
I mean,
you
the
made a
peop-
point
the
earlier
people
that
are-
we specifically
Things
should
are-
not do that.
The people are here to hear us talk
Sorry
to each
about
other.
the clothing comment. That was my bad.
Okay,
The people
what's
are here
your
to hear
final
us talk.
statements?
My final statement is, I see something here. I see the beginning of something that is possible. I like you guys. I like the banter. I think there's something there. A little more prep. A little more, you know what I'm saying?
Gusto.
A little gusto. So I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. We'll see you next time if they have me.
Now I gotta say bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Good night.